Good morning, my fellow adventurers. Welcome back to Living the Grand Adventure. Today is day 2 here at Big South Fork, guys, here in Tennessee. Very chilly morning. Was not expecting it to be quite this cold. Temperatures got down into the 30s last night. I saw 36. It was only supposed to get down to about 44, but that's actually at the campground. I think being here beside the water, as you saw this nice little creek flowing and everything, it really kind of made me chilly. I slept good. I have a 30-degree sleeping bag, so that wasn't a problem. I got chilly towards daybreak a little bit. I'm going to layer up tonight a little bit more. I do have a base layer I can sleep in. I'm actually going to do that tonight, so I should be comfortable. Went ahead and got the bear bag down, as you saw. I'm going to go ahead and get some breakfast. I am going to actually heat up some water real quick and do me a warm breakfast to get my internal temperature up, and should be on trail hopefully. I'm hoping 8:45, 9 o'clock. I got up about 7:30, about 20 after when I woke up. Kind of stretched a little bit, made sure I was good for the trail today. So I'm gonna get everything packed up while my water's heating up, and then we'll get on trail and we will see if we can bang out a little over 8 miles today, guys. That'd be kind of cool. Have most of the day to do it, so it shouldn't be a problem. Come up out of the site, and I'm back up on this trail that has these large gravel rocks. Really hope I don't have to do that too far. I got to looking at the map last night. Got about 2.5 miles before that large incline that we were talking about. And looking at the topo and everything, I believe that is actually going to be about a 600-foot incline. But I do have the 2.5 miles to break my legs in before I get to it. But that's going to be interesting, doing that much of an incline. It's been a while since I've done that big of an incline for sure. But like I said, it's 9:20, so I'm gonna try to bang this 2.5 miles out. I don't know, give or take an hour and a half. I'll probably take a good water break, maybe 10 minutes or so. Get a little snack in me, and then hit that incline. If you notice, my water clip broke. It went to put my 20-ounce bottle there, and it just snapped. So I don't have easy access to water today. I'll have to drop pack, because unfortunately I don't have the rotary dexterity to reach back and get a bottle out of my backpack. And I think that's because I just have a very short torso, and the pack ride's a little bit higher on me, so I can't reach back here and get it. So it'll be what it'll be. you know, if I need water, I'll drop back and dump back on. That's gonna get old throughout the day, so I'm gonna have to find me a better water system. I haven't used that clip that often, so that's kind of disappointing. And it's not like I've used it, you know, just normal use and tear. So it's lasted what, 4 trips? It's not good for a product that should not break. But I'll be tossing that and looking at something else for next trip. But at least in the spirit of things, even though that did happen, the woods are pretty this morning. Still very chilly. If you notice, I have my hoodie on. This is a hoodie from Outdoor Vitals. I believe it's called the Tern, T-E-R-N. And I think it's $79 or $89 right now. I do subscribe to their monthly subscription type idea. So I put $10 in a month, kind of as a layaway for myself. And I had enough when I actually got this that I only paid $11. So it's kind of cool, and it does keep me warm. It was really good this morning, actually. I mean, I'm not overly hot, but I'm not cold either. But like I said, still walking on these gravels. This will get old really quick. My feet feel really good now, but if I have to continue doing this, they won't be too happy give an hour or two from now. But I'm just trying to make some tracks this morning, get my legs warmed back up. They were pretty tight last night, and I did some stretching last night and this morning before I got up, and they feel okay. A lot of it's in my hips right now, and that's just not used to carrying as much of a load. You know, day trips and day hikes and things like that, you don't carry nowhere near the amount of weight I've got back there right now. I am trying to keep my water weight a little low today though. I'm only carrying, I'd say roughly 2 liters at the most right now, and that's because I'm unsure of how dry it'll be. So far, hasn't been too bad. Looks like they've actually dug the trail out, because I don't believe that's erosion. Looks like they came in and actually cleared this for horses, made it flat. So maybe these next 2 miles won't be that difficult. I wouldn't mind that, because when I hit the incline, my legs should be pretty fresh, and I can just tackle it as best I can. I'm kind of hoping it's switched back some, but we'll see when we get there, guys. Part of the adventure is exploring and seeing new things and not knowing what the trail holds later. And that's what we're going for. Just putting one foot in front of the other and getting as many miles in as possible today, guys. So I'm about a half mile into it. Had a couple of inclines I wasn't expecting. I mean, they're on the map, but they were so small as far as distance, they were hard to see. See, little things like this. Well, I'm going down this one, of course. And, you know, not too bad. Enough to get the blood pumping really good and feeling good. The only problem is with this loose gravel, there were quite a few times I was stepping and then I'd slide. And in doing that, I felt like, you know, I was taking steps that weren't counting. So, and of course, going down now, gotta watch my feet. I may slip and go down it. It wouldn't be good. But, creeks down there, woods are very, very beautiful today. It's starting to warm up a little bit. I'd say it's still in the 40s, but starting to feel nice. I know it's supposed to get to about 70 today, so this afternoon it should be really comfortable weather to be hiking. Can't wait for that. About a mile and a half into it for the day. Making good time on this trail. And I should actually come up on that incline probably in the next 20 minutes. We'll take a good water break then. I haven't had any water since sight, but I did camel up a little over a liter of water there. So it's not like I'm gonna get dehydrated. But this section right through here is pretty flat and definitely wide open. I mean, pretty easy trail. Not complaining. Still have all the gravel, but I've been able to kind of dodge around that. And it's only sporadic now. It's not like a continuous thing. Creek's way down there now. Probably the next time I come across it will be my lowest section of the trip as far as elevation, and also just before the incline. And that's, like I said, where we're going to take a break. But I just wanted to comment. I mean, very flat and definitely not too hard. So far, I would rate the trail as moderate. And you can't bump it up to hard for one incline. So we'll see what I think once I get to the end. But I was kind of thinking that to myself. I see that I could see it being moderate, partially for the rocks and the roots and stuff I dealt with yesterday. But the elevation really has not been bad between loss and gain. Guys, that may be a bear print right there. Really don't know. It's kind of smudged, and where it's so dusty, it's hard to tell. But if that's a bear print, that's recent because they did have the rain this past weekend, 2.5 inches, so that wouldn't be on this trail. Could very well be a bear print, guys. Right here beside the creek. Hey, bear! Been doing a lot of that. I saw one earlier. It wasn't nowhere near that defined because I had a tire tread right through the center of it. This is pretty out there. Well, guys, I've reached my water break stop. I'm gonna take about a 15. I come across this campsite here. This is the first campsite I've seen since I left mine, but this is a pretty nice one. You can even bring horses in and camp right here, I would assume. But they've taken these little blocks, made seats and such. This bridge actually was supposed to be out. There's another bridge about a quarter mile to the south that I would have had to come back this direction, because this is the beginning of the incline. Looks like I go way up there. If you notice, this is the Joh Muir Trail right here. And we'll see those little blue blazes as we go up this way. But yeah, we're going up in there. But I'll go ahead and show you. Like I said, in my research and everything I was looking at, this bridge was actually damaged and you couldn't use it. And I came to it and there was no closure sign, so I figured I'd take a look. And yeah, guys, they've come in and repaired it. Recent repairs, but it's been repaired. So if you're coming out this way, guys, this bridge is actually functional now. Like I said, there was another bridge out that direction, but yeah, they come in and repaired it. You can use it now. Pretty area. This is a nice campsite. This is actually where I had planned on camping for my second night, which would be tonight. I knew this campsite was kind of here. Somebody, I had seen it on a forum talking about there was a really, really nice campsite near this bridge, and I would assume this is the site just before you start this incline. And that's what I had planned on doing. But it's 11 o'clock. I am not stopping today that early. There's no reason. I mean, I could set up camp and just relax the whole day, but I'm not really here to do that. I want to do some hiking, you know. And if I could do it in 3 nights, that's really awesome. That way I can be home early and get to spend a little bit of the weekend with Jenny. But there is actually a big stick pile here, and I'm sure you could find wood scrounging around. There's another incline here. There's multiple trails right through here, but I'm pretty sure I'm going this way. I'll double check as I get on trail. From what I could tell, I should be getting onto the Joh Muir Trail. So that's where I'm headed. Probably way up there on that ridge. Like I said, it looks to be about 600 feet of elevation over the next 1.5 miles, 2 miles, with some pretty steep grades. But I'm gonna go ahead, like I said, I'm gonna basically what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drink a liter of water. I've got one over here filtered already. I'm gonna save my 24 for when I get to the top. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and in my dirty water bottle get another 1/2 liter. That way, if I get to the top and I really want some extra water past that 24 ounces, what I can do is go ahead and filter that at the top. I don't want to do it here. I just want to get this over with. Because once this is over with, I'll be able to definitely factor out how much time and what I need to do as far as water stops along the way, and how fast I think I can actually get to my next site, if I can get to that site, or if I've got to maybe wait and just go through it tomorrow and actually probably end up with like a 12-mile day or 13-mile day tomorrow. But I don't have an incline like this, so that'll make a difference. But water break time, guys. All right, so I've been on the trail since my break for about 30 minutes. Almost up the incline. I've got, looks like maybe a quarter mile. It is the hardest push though, so it's gonna be interesting. It's not too bad, really, honestly. They switch back it a lot, and in switchbacking, it makes it a lot easier. You know, you don't have a 45-degree tilt, so yeah, that helps. With the switchbacking, this hasn't been too bad. I've done worse at Red River Gorge, Archer's Fork. It's just a lot of feet going up. That's the only difference. Red River Gorge is probably the only place I've done this big of an incline, short of, well, we did have like a 300-foot or 250-foot at Archer's Fork. That was pretty much a 45-degree. Actually, I don't even think it was 250. I think it was 150, but that was pretty brutal just because of how steep it was. But this hasn't been bad. It's just the amount of distance is the only difference. But I'm about done here. Gonna knock it out. I figured I'd take a 5-second break. Check out that big rock right up here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've seen a couple of those, but that by far is the prettiest I've seen so far. Should start seeing some views once I get up on this ridge, guys. So almost to the top of the elevation here. I walked into this. This is pretty cool. Actually, a campsite right here. So I guess if you plan to carry the water, it's not so bad. It's a pretty nice site. You're not really supposed to camp this close to these rock formations, though. We'll walk right over here. Big bluff up there. Kind of neat. But yeah, I mean, this is a nice site. Don't really see getting a tent. Maybe over in here. Nothing I'm thinking about doing though. But yeah, the trail goes on out this way. Like I said, you're not supposed to have a site that close to these rock formations. There's actually a pretty nice find with it. Wow, look at that. All the bluffs and stuff. We may be actually going up there. I don't know if we're going to get that high or not. I figured we'd take a look at this real quick. This is pretty neat, guys. Haven't seen this type of stuff since I went to Red River Gorge a few years ago with Alex. If you're interested in those videos, you can check those out. They are on the channel, guys. All you gotta do is subscribe and you can find them. Put a card up here for the first day and you can watch the series if you'd like. Otherwise, just continue to enjoy this video. Yeah. Really cool. Another pretty area, guys. Look at this. It's kind of cool. And just what I wanted to see right here towards the end of this incline. A series of stairs. It's alright. Should be about done with it. Definitely pretty high up now, guys. about as high in the air it looks like as I can get. Well, we did it, guys. Got up to the top here. There's one tiny elevation according to the topo. Right over here, it's about 15 feet. But other than that, I have made it to the top of that ridge. It's very bright and sunny up here. It's nice to see. Temperatures are starting to warm up too. Put it in the low 60s, maybe upper 50s. Enough when you're doing a decent elevation that you do get a little sweaty. But yeah, I'd say I'm up here now. And looking forward to probably sitting down for lunch here in just a second. I will get onto a plateau where it'll be flat for about 1/10 of a mile. I'm gonna try to get onto that plateau and find a little spot to sit down and eat. Pretty hungry now. Was allocating or saying it might take me upwards of an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours even, to do that incline. No, 50 minutes, guys. Between 50 and 53 minutes. So not too bad. And that's counting this little bit here. I really expected it to take longer. Having not been on trail in a true backpacking, I mean, if you count this Aleski trip, it's been just about 12 months. If you go back to the 46 climbs where I actually did stay overnight and did some miles at Shawnee, that was early September last year, so that's 13 months. I didn't think I would be able to do the inclines like that, especially. Distance, I think I'm okay. It's the inclines. Taking a little breather here. Got a small incline here. Hoping to get signal shortly. In fact, my watch just buzzed. Let's see. Oh, I hit my step goal for the day already. Just afternoon. Go up here and find a spot for lunch. I'm hoping to do 30 and then get back on trail. I don't want my legs to stiffen up too much from sitting down too long. Of course, there's no water up here. I don't have to worry about filtering or anything. I do have the dirty bottle back there that I'm gonna filter into a clean bottle, but I'm gonna do that while my food's heating up. Save time. Amazingly, I don't feel too bad. Yeah, this is the last bit of incline right here, and that should put us on that plateau I was talking about. And from there, we actually have a little bit of descent down to a trailhead. So that's kind of cool. I may even push that trailhead, just see if maybe they got picnic tables. Just why not? You know, because right through here, it's gonna be hard to find a place to sit down and eat, especially having to cook. Don't want to start a forest fire for any reason. But let me make my way, and I'll see you when it's time for lunch, guys. So I came to that trailhead, and I looked at the spur trail over to it. It's about 3/10 of a mile. That would have added like 6/10. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna head over. There's a possible water source just up ahead, and we'll see if I can get lunch there. But I happened upon this, so I wanted to kind of take a look at this real quick. Making pretty good time. I looked at all trails. I'm at about 5.5 miles, and it's just now 1 o'clock. So that's kind of cool. Moving right along. Been on the trail just over 3 hours. This, some more pretty rock formations down through here, almost like a cave area. A little overhang, I guess you'd call it, more than anything. Not so much a cave. It's not quite deep enough. I've come across a number of those things. The ones I've filmed have been the prettiest. There's been a couple of spots that was just like, just there. I was like, okay, that's kind of neat, but I was moving right along. Didn't take time to stop and film. The bigger ones like that is the ones I'm hitting for you guys. Trail is pretty flat and even now, and thankfully, being tell, no rocks or gravel or anything like I had to face most of this morning. that's definitely made it easier to move right along the trail now. I'm still watching for bear, occasionally calling out, "Hey, bear!" and looking for snakes too. It's warmed up, so I'd say the temperature's in the mid-60s, coming up on 70 now. It's pretty warm. But watching for snakes, because this area is known for definitely rattlesnakes and copperheads. So got to keep an eye out for those. It's getting a little late in the year for all of it, but better safe than sorry. And it's always good just to practice safety anytime you're out. That way you're used to it. And that's another recommendation I always pass off to people interested in backpacking, or definitely have taught Alex and some of the kids who do backpack with me occasionally. Always practice safety first, even if it's a little inconvenient. I have cell signal, ladies and gentlemen. Let me check my messages and get one out to the wife. Was able to get a phone call out to the family and text them. That was about 30-40 minutes ago. Ever since then, I've just been moving on the trail. If you can tell, this is the way the trail has looked pretty much since I got off that incline. I mean, even during the incline, it looked like this. So unfortunately, I have not been able to find a place to really sit down and do lunch. I grabbed a little bit of water just to wet my mouth and everything, and I'm still moving on. I literally only have 2 miles to the next campsite that I had picked out. I'm gonna skip that one probably and move on down to the one I had picked for my 3rd night. Actually, it'll be the 4th night. It is 10 to 2, and between that water break that was about 25 minutes and the 15 minutes or so I was talking to the family, I've been on trail 3 hours and 25 minutes, and I'm just under 8 miles for the day so far. And I'm still moving right along this trail. Once I got onto the plateau there after that incline, this has been easy, guys. I can't believe how flat and even, and for the most part open it has been. There's been a couple of spots where it's been a little bit tighter with the growth on the sides, but for the most part what you're seeing is what I've been doing ever since that incline. So almost 2 hours. Like I said, unfortunately though, the undergrowth on the sides, just haven't found anywhere to get lunch in yet. I figure when I get down here to that water source where the 3rd night supposedly site was supposed to be, you know, the 3rd night that I was going to be staying, which definitely is not going to be 3 nights. At the most it's going to be 2. There should be a couple of campsites down there I can sit down. I'll probably have lunch, grab a little bit of water, and then bust over to the next campsite, and that's probably where I'm going to camp for the night. And then tomorrow should have about a 10.5 mile hike out, and that includes some good scenery. At least that's a going plan right now. Got a sign come up here: high cliffs ahead, use caution. Okay, we can do that as long as I don't trip over a root like I just did. Oh, we might get a good vantage point, guys. I'm seeing some stuff out this direction. Look at the leaves too, that's kind of cool. Definitely coming into fall. Oh my goodness, out here in the sun, it is warm. We're definitely in the mid 70s. I checked my thermometer earlier, it's at 72. So it's still pretty warm down here in Tennessee. Whereas back home, I believe today it's in the low 60s or mid 60s anyway. Oh, I hope this opens up where we can get a good vantage point. Here we go. Oh my goodness. It's a little overgrown right through here, but might be able to see some stuff. I think there's a better vantage point back this way. Let's see if I can get you guys up higher than me. Kind of cool. And if I'm right, we were actually over in that area yesterday. This is what I'm talking about. Actually getting to see some sights here, guys. Wow, look at this. Shows you how close I am to a cliff, guys. That's straight down. So definitely got to be careful if you're coming out this way on the Joh Muir Trail. It's pretty though. Another week it would have been really awesome because all this would have been changed out. You'd start seeing a lot of the fall colors. I mean, there's some out there, but not a lot. I am definitely paying attention to where I'm walking right through here because that cliff is 10 feet. And I'm pretty sure it's a couple hundred feet down. Really don't feel like taking a spill right through here. Wow, that's actually kind of scary. Love vistas, but guys, I'm kind of scared of heights. Wow. Right on top of that. I'm gonna make my way through here. And we'll just be careful and do what we gotta do. Hey, bear. We are almost to my third night campsite. So close I can taste it. I'm ready for lunch. It's 2:30 right now. I'm hoping to be there by 2:45 and sit down for roughly a half an hour, 35 minutes, give or take. And kind of stretch feet out and get a bite to eat. And then we'll get back on trail and see where we go from there. I happened upon a campsite. It's not all the way to the water source or my campsite 3. I'm about 1/10 of a mile from there. But I looked over and saw that it's a pretty nice campsite. So I figured first place I've had a chance to sit down, I'm gonna go ahead and take it. It's gonna give me a bite to eat. I don't even think I'm gonna cook right now. I think I'm just gonna break out my snack bag and eat a bunch of snacks. I do have some keto chips in here with some guacamole. I think that's actually what I'm going to work on. So, let's see, keto chips, crackers, whatever you want to call them. And then, let's see, yeah, a single serving snack size of guacamole. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this real quick and see where I go from there, what else I might eat. It is, well, it's 2:45 when I sit down, it's 2:48 now. I'm gonna allot myself enough time to eat, so I'm thinking 3:15, 3:20, and then get back on trail. We'll just see how far we get for the day. If I end up hiking a little bit in the dark, if I decide to want to go on home, just to have endurance, do this as an endurance trip because I won't get any more of these this year because it'll get too cold. I'll be carrying way too much weight. I'm almost too much weight for this now. But I'm handling the trail right now, so I'm doing it okay. Yeah, it's really good. Let's go hit the spot. It's either this or noodles. So I figured this will work. A lot of protein and healthy amino acids and stuff like that in the guacamole. Give me a lot of energy for the next little bit. I'm going to down at least a liter of water. That'll leave me a little over a liter. Nothing else I can get to the next campsite. Not campsite 3. I'll show you that when I get there. But my campsite 4th night, I'll get there. There's supposed to be a water supply there. I can either camp there and refill there, no big deal, or just refill and head home. we'll see how I feel when I get there. I'm feeling okay right now. Got the shoes kicked off, socks kicked off. My feet were a little wet. I hit a creek crossing and got my shoes damp. But other than that, everything's feeling pretty decent. I believe I'm at almost 10 miles for the day. Like 9.7 for the day. It's not too bad. Not having hiked any. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But I'm going to enjoy lunch. Fill up on some electrolytes and some water. Enjoy the scenery. And then we'll get back on trail, guys. So I figure I'll show you guys around the site real quick. Nice fire pit. Plenty of places to camp. Maybe not so much hammock, but definitely tent. Probably get maybe one in here depending on how much weight it is. But more of a tent site for sure. But it served me well for lunch. Back on trail, guys. Literally stopped for 30 minutes. Oh, that's up this log. But literally stopped for 30 minutes and now I'm back on trail. I looked at it. We have about 1/3 to 4/10 of a mile to where I was planning on camping for the third night. You know, basically the next campsite. And beyond that, the campsite I'm pushing for tonight is about 4.5, 5 miles total from there. So if I do that, that'll put me at roughly 15 miles for the day. This is interesting. It's kind of funny when I sit down for that little snack lunch. I actually saw my first people. There was a couple of mountain bikers. And they would have been coming from this direction I'm going. So they literally just went over that. It's kind of cool. So I came to the water, source of water, which is technically right there. There was a little bridge that I crossed. And from the reports, I thought there was a campsite on this side. Evidently, the campsite that I had planned on for my third night was the one we were sitting at. If I'd have been hiking in and had decided to stay in this area, I'd have went back to that site, no big deal. But I'm pressing on, so it's kind of cool. Moving right along at a pretty fair clip here. And we'll get over to the next area and hope there's better options for sites. That's one thing I've noticed in my research of the area and looking around different things. There was reports of multiple sites on this trail. And so far, guys, I haven't seen a lot. It's been a lot of this right here. Not as many campsites as I was predicting. But moving right along, guys. Still enjoying it. Beautiful area. A lot of fall colors, if you can tell. Guys, I would have been right over there walking along that ridge, taking pictures this direction. That was about 2 hours ago. That's a nice vista. It's really pretty out that direction. And just to show you, people are kind of crazy. No, way too close to a edge. Back over in here off this trail, there's a little bitty spot right back over in there that I would assume is where they went, but no. It get dark. That's a pretty good drop right there. It's really awesome, guys. Beautiful up here now. Just left that vista, start back into the forest, and up on this. There's this big fire ring here. Like I said, you're not supposed to actually have campsites. Definitely not fires under here. One, they worry about falling rocks, but two, this just, you know, if you have a fire here, it discolors the rocks. In fact, you can actually see some discoloration there already. But people do it. Still kind of a neat area. Definitely cool. Starting to actually see some good stuff now. Figure once we get on this side of the park, it would pick up. I think the other side is more for horses. That's why you have the lodge there with the stables. And I did actually see a guy ride through on horse when I first got on trail. You guys saw that. And I think there's actually an equestrian camp there at the Bandy Creek campground. So I'm recording with the phone, so the stabilization may not be quite as good as with my GoPro. However, it is actually starting to get kind of dark in spots. And I figured the GoPro would not pick this up as well. Alright guys, so I've hit a snag. I've actually come down to where I was supposed to have my site for tonight. This would have been the fourth site. Unfortunately, I'm looking at the site. I'm in it right now. It's not a bad site. There's nowhere flat. It's more hammock. The only flat spot is like right here, and it's about half the size of the X-Mid. There's a water source. It's murky. You know, of course the phone isn't going to do it justice, but it's pretty much on a hill except where the fire pit is. You've got flat spots, but nothing small, big enough for the X-Mid. Okay, I made the determination. I'm gonna push to the next water source and we'll see if there's a site there. If not, I'm going to the Jeep. It's a little bit of night hiking, guys. I get to that water source, I may push to the Jeep anyway because it's halfway there between where I'm at now. Might as well. The only drawback is I do have a 6-hour drive after hiking quite a few miles. I'm well over 15 now. So, worst case scenario, if I'm good and tired, I'll get to the Jeep, lay the back seat down and take me a good little nap in the Jeep. So guys, a little up from the other campsite. I came up on this one. Right there's a flat spot. I'm taking this site. I will still have to get water from that source down there. I'll figure something out, but it's better than having to hike another 4.5 miles. Right now, I am pretty beat. I was looking to see if maybe there was another site back in there, but I don't think so. I think it's just this one. This is a nice site. Nothing above me. It's gonna fall. So, here's home for the night. The sun went down 1 minute and 45 seconds ago. Just looked at my watch. Yeah, I've got sight set up now. There's the exit. All set up. Got my bear line up, ready for my bear bag here in a minute. I'm actually cooking dinner now. It shouldn't take too long. As soon as it gets done, I'm going to eat, get my trash in there, get my bear bag up. I'm probably getting in the tent. I'm pretty beat tonight, guys. Gonna switch into my camp socks and just basically get in there and get cozy. Not worried about a fire tonight. There's not a lot of firewood sitting here, and without any extra firewood, I don't have time to go looking around. It's too dark, too late. And like I said, honestly, I just don't feel like it. I'm kind of tired. I'm ready to get in the tent and lay down. I almost skipped dinner and just ate some snacks again like I did for lunch. And I'm like, I need some calories. I do have about a liter of water to drink. I'm gonna try to drink all that before I lay down, but maybe leave this much. That way, if I get parched in the middle of the night, I can get a sip. I've got to really watch something. I've got a pool in the back of my leg, right above my knee. I was coming through over here right after I'd come to that trailhead that goes out to the Long Gap Trail and comes this direction. And I hit a root and kind of stutter stepped, and I felt something pull. So I'm gonna get in here, I'm gonna stretch that out a little bit, massage it, maybe take an naproxen if there's any swelling back there. Hopefully it'll feel okay tomorrow. Well guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get dinner, make it an early night in bed like I said. I will see you tomorrow. If you've liked the video, if you've enjoyed anything that I've seen or anything I've done on the trip, definitely like, share, subscribe, and comment. If you comment down below, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Definitely appreciate your subscriptions and your likes. That definitely helps the channel out. Likes spread it across YouTube's algorithm, and it allows it to be seen by more people, which is always awesome. And like I said, I definitely appreciate your viewership. Just the views alone is nice. So like I said, I hope you guys like what we're doing here at the channel, like what I'm doing here on trails sometimes. Looking forward to doing many more for you guys. But for now, I'm signing off. I'm gonna hit the bed early, and we'll see what I feel like doing tomorrow. Always remember to live your grand adventure to the fullest. Until tomorrow, guys, I'll see you in the next video on the trail. Take care.